NFL has always been about attrition, right? Last year at the end of the year, Philly's healthy, Kansas City in the Super Bowl's not.
Does anyone ever remember that being the narrative going into the Super Bowl? That's why the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, because they were healthy and Kansas City wasn't. Didn't the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills? Didn't Colin say that the Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't even get into the red zone? And now we want to blame health. Now we want to blame health. Are we serious right now? We realize that A.J. Brown, Devontae, Dallas all missed games, right? Jalen Hurts missed games. Pretty important pieces missing games. Yeah, and we want to say that, oh, Kansas City Chiefs, they just weren't healthy enough. That's why the Eagles won the Super Bowl, because they were just healthier than the Kansas City Chiefs. Why didn't we all pick the Kansas City Chiefs then? Why did everyone pick the Kansas City Chiefs then? Why did Colin pick the Kansas City Chiefs? Saying that Patrick Mahomes is MJ with the Chicago Bears Bulls. Chicago Bears with the Chicago Bulls. I don't remember any of that talk going into the Super Bowl. None. Zero. If that's what it all came down to, why didn't everyone pick the Eagles? Why was it now the Chiefs are just not healthy enough? Why was it that Jalen Hurts isn't good enough? This offense won't be good enough. This defense is too good. And Mahomes is too special. I want to know. I want to know where it's unbelievable. What's even crazier too is Collins did the same thing about the Rams game against the Rams and the Eagles. And he said, Rams would have won that game if it wasn't for the Rams having a 7th round left tackle or, whatever. He says Jalen Carter was in Stafford's lap. It's like, yeah, how dare the Eagles have great players and be able to beat the another team? How dare they do that? It's like, wait, what? Like, what are we saying? The Kansas City Chiefs could not lose throughout the course of the entire season. Mahomes lost one game against Josh Allen that entire season. That's it. That's it. And against the Philadelphia Eagles, and you want to blame health right now. That's the narrative that we're talking about right now. It was healthy Cooper Dean intercepted Patrick Mahomes. It was healthy Y. Bond intercepted Patrick Mahomes. It was healthy. Jalen Hurts had a record-setting Super Bowl. It was health. He was torching that defense. They shut down Saquon Barkley pretty well. They shut down Saquon Barkley in a way that no other team did. No other team did. That was technically one of Saquon's worst games. And they didn't even stack the box. As I've said a million times, it's not why Jalen played great. They did not stack the box. They did not sell out to stop the run. As Gray Cole highlighted, and like I highlighted, they just beat the Eagles in the run game straight up. It was just body on body, and they beat them. And Jalen Harder said, nah, don't worry, I got you. But it was health. I don't remember anyone talking about health. I don't remember anyone complaining about that. I don't remember anyone saying that, especially defensively for the Chiefs. I don't remember any of that. They beat the Texans. They beat the Bills. They were in the Super Bowl, and everyone said that the 3P is inevitable, that Patrick Mahomes was inevitable, Andy Reid's Spags inevitable. It was considered ridiculous and insulting to even give the Eagles a chance. In fact, the only way that the Eagles would have a chance is if Saquon Barkley rushes for 200 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's like the only way the Eagles could win. They should just hand the ball off to Saquon 50 times, because that's the only way they're going to win. That was the closest you could get to saying that the Eagles could win. And now the Eagles win, and it's like, well, they were healthier than the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, really? Really? I don't remember anyone saying that when the Kansas City Chiefs beat the 49ers, when Greenlaw, who's a monster, blows out his Achilles, and then Patrick Mahomes attacks the backup for has like a perfect passer rating, 100 some yards, and a touchdown torched that injured defense. I don't remember anyone talking about that. That was a Super Bowl win right there. That was pretty, fortunate. Like, what are we doing here right now? What are we doing here? What statements like this are insane right now? Insane. The Chiefs got healthy this season. That's what everyone said. Oh, as soon as they get healthy, they're amazing. Colin was like, oh, they're a touchdown better than every other team. And they still lost. They still weren't good enough. They had Xavier Worthy, they had Rashid Rice, Kelsey, etc., and they weren't good enough. Patrick Mahomes was simply not good enough. Patrick Mahomes has not been good enough for years. That is just an indisputable fact. And you know what's really funny? When Colin was ripping the Eagles for struggling, he said, injuries. I don't want to hear about injuries by their defense. Can't run the ball. Using excuses. Well, our offensive line's dinged up. Justin Herbert is 10 and what? 4, and he's missing both tackles and has the worst offensive line PFF in the league. I don't want to hear about the injuries to the O-line. How in the hell are the Chargers winning these games? Well, first off, we do know that the Eagles only have one less win, right? We do know that the records are quite comparable. We do understand that. Also, we do know that the defense intercepted Jalen Hurts a million times. So I don't know if we can put that all on Justin Herbert. Just saying. I'm just saying. But now you don't want to hear about excuses about the injuries. Don't want to use injuries as an excuse. But now we're going to offer excuses to the Kansas City Chiefs for their injuries. And we're going to downplay the Philadelphia Eagles winning the literal Super Bowl when they beat the Packers, beat the Rams, beat the Commanders, and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. All in quite dominant fashion, scoring 95 points in the conference championship game and Super Bowl. Having one of the most dominant performances we've ever seen in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl individually and combined, averaging the most points per game throughout the playoff run in NFL history. And we want to say it was just because they're healthier. What? I mean, the Buffalo Bills were decimated with injuries in 23. All I heard was just Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. The Miami Dolphins were decimated with injuries in that wild card round in the, 0-degree weather. People were like out there losing limbs, unfortunately. Pretty sad. Actually, they legitimately did. And they literally had practice squads out. They had guys that literally signed off the street, like, no exaggeration. I don't remember anyone bringing that up at all. I mean, realistically, we can take away, I guess, we can downplay and minimize multiple Super Bowls for Patrick Mahomes, and even the one that he won, then I guess straight up against the Eagles in 22. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't that good. Jalen Hurts isn't that good. He holds the team back. He fumbled the ball in that very game. He's not a good quarterback. Nick Sirianni isn't a good head coach. Is it really that impressive to then beat a team that's like held back by their quarterback and head coach? The two most important things for a football team? I don't know. I don't really think it's that impressive. I mean, he also beat the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo. Have you heard much about Jimmy Garoppolo as of late? I don't think so. And Brock Party, Colin doesn't think he's a good quarterback either. Also holds back his team. So that's Patrick Mahomes has now beat 3 bad quarterbacks in the Super Bowl and injured rosters as well. 49ers in both 2019 and 23. The Bills injured, the Ravens injured, I don't know. You tell me. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles winning because they were just healthier? That's it. They were just healthier. And the Chiefs, they were just too banged up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So, you agree with me or disagree with me? Either way, let's get to some discussions. Let's get into some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.